Hello, everyone. This is Tara Andrews, owner and CEO of Joy for Coaching, here with your 10-minute tutorial on how to give a rock star interview that will have them rushing the stage to hire you. Our objective over the next few minutes is simply to take you from a place of intimidation about your upcoming interview to a place of confidence where you command the room from the moment you walk in the room. So I want to talk about 3 rock star secrets to interview success that I've gleaned from my own success in the interview process as someone who's been on the other side of the table as an interviewer, as well as the work that I've done with my clients as I'm coaching them in their careers and the advances that they want to make. The first rock star secret that I want to share is that the interview begins the moment you interact with someone in the organization. Many people make the mistake of thinking that the interview begins when you walk in the door, or the interview begins when you greet someone with a handshake. But that interview actually starts the moment someone reaches out to you by email or phone to invite you in for an interview. Thus, when you're scheduling your interview, you want to make sure that you're cordial on the phone and on email. Don't be distracted. Be focused. Be cordial. Don't be rushed. You want to make sure that you respond promptly to any voice messages or emails that they leave. Remember, as we said in our Land That Interview tutorial, that most employers these days are getting an average of 52 to 250 applications for every job posting. So you want to make sure that you distinguish yourself from those other candidates from the beginning, and you can do so by responding promptly to any voice messages and emails. You also want to make sure that you're using correct grammar and that you're proofreading your emails. Who among us has not had that very horrible experience of sending an email only to catch the typo, or worse, have someone point out the typo after the email has already gone live? When you're in the interview queue, which means you're taking steps towards the interview itself, make sure that you prepare the interview outfit the day before. Hey, all of us lose weight, all of us gain weight. That outfit that you wore last year might not fit you the same way it did this time last year. It's one thing to put that outfit on at 10:45 p.m. the night before. You have plenty of time to go to plan B. But if you're just putting that outfit on at 7:05 a.m. for an 8:30 a.m. interview, you're putting yourself in quite a jam. So prepare the interview outfit the day before. Never be late. Always be early. You want to be sitting in the interview space at least 15 minutes prior to your interview. Don't go into the interview hungry. Not only will your stomach growl, but you'll be distracted. A good breakfast is a good way to prepare for the interview. You want to make sure that you interact professionally with staff as well as other interviewees should you come in contact with another interviewee during the process. The last thing you want is to give a stellar interview to the interviewers only to have the receptionist or the administrative staff or someone who scheduled your interview give some negative comment because of the way you interacted with them. Remember, they're part of the organization that you want to be a part of, and so treat them as you would any other colleague before you even get the job. You want to silence and store your mobile devices. You don't want your phone going off during the interview, and you also don't want to be on your phone as you're waiting for the interviewer, because you don't want the interviewer to think that maybe you're surfing Facebook or you're tweeting. You need to be focused and concentrated on the questions that you prepared or the job description, and we'll talk about that a little later. Then finally, you want to be patient and flexible. You are going to be on time. The interviewer, however, may be running behind, and so you need to be prepared to shift with the interviewer and adapt to any changes. Rockstar secret number 2, the nonverbals are just as important as the verbals. There is research out there that says that 55% of what we communicate is purely body language. 38% of it is our tone. Only 7% of what we communicate are actual words. So when you're going into the interview, you want to make sure that you're dressed appropriately. Research the organization. Are they conservative? Are they a little bit more casual? Are they more fashion forward? Are they very high fashion? You then want to match your interview outfit to the personality of the organization. You also want to make sure that you attend to your grooming. Gentlemen, if you have facial hair, make sure that it's shaped up very nicely. If you don't wear facial hair, make sure you've got a nice, clean cut, close shave. Ladies, regardless of how you choose to wear your hair, make sure that it's neat and make sure that it's pulled away from your face. You don't want to be playing with your hair or pulling your hair out of your face the entire interview. Gentlemen and ladies, watch the teeth. Make sure you have nice, clean teeth, nice, fresh breath, and also clean-cut nails. Even if you don't get a manicure, you at least want to make sure that your nails are shaped up very nicely, that they're clean, and that your hands are moisturized. You also want to make sure that you smile, that you make eye contact immediately. Give a firm handshake, not hard, firm. Stand and sit upright, and maintain an open posture. Your arms crossed in front of you is a closed posture. It communicates that you might be nervous or actually have something to hide. You want to make sure that you maintain an open posture during the interview. Rockstar secret number 3, preparation is power. Questions that you need to ask as you're scheduling the interview. Who will I be interviewing with? Approximately how long will the interview last? And where will the interview be held? The answers to these questions will help inform your interview strategy. You may use a different strategy if you're interviewing with one person than you would if you were interviewing with 4. Your strategy may change if the interview is 20 minutes versus if the interview is 50 minutes. So you want to know these details going in. You want to make sure that you do your pre-interview research. Re-research the organization since the last time you submitted your application to see if anything changed that implicates your position. Revisit the job announcement and description. Talk to people who are familiar with the organization and know the organization's website, know it inside and out. And don't get caught off guard by questions that are asked during the interview. Put yourself in the interviewer's shoes. If I were hiring someone for this position, what kind of questions would I ask? Write those questions down and then think through answers so that you're prepared to respond to potential questions. Here is just a list, but there are many, many more. And when you're answering the question, make sure that you punctuate your answers with examples or stories of real-life experiences, how you did things on a previous job, to make it very real and tangible for the interviewer. Know your resume and be prepared to answer questions about each position, activity, and educational opportunity. Why did you accept the position? What did you like most or dislike most about your last job? And why are you interested in leaving the job that you have right now? Finally, have a list of prepared questions. As the interviewee, you need to be prepared to interview the interviewer. Again, speaking from personal experience, it doesn't matter how wonderful that interview went. If we get to the end of the interview and the interviewer doesn't have any doesn't have any questions, that does not communicate confidence. That communicates a lack of preparation or even disinterest. So think about questions that you want to ask. Like, what projects would I start working on immediately? Or what type of personality do you think will mesh well with this organization? Finally, a bonus rockstar secret: close your interview in style. Before the interview ends, ask when you can expect to hear someone about whether or not you're moving to the next stage. If they ask for any information or you suggest any information, make sure that you send it within 24 hours. And finally, always, always, always make sure you send that thank you email to everyone you interviewed with. And in that email, you want to reiterate your interest in the job, reiterate your best qualities and interview answers, reference something someone said during the interview to personalize your note, and then say what you should have said. Clear up or elaborate on any points that came up during the interview. It's often the fact we walk away and we say, I should have said that. Well, that thank you email is the best place to put that. Now, before you get the interview, you have to submit an application. And so, again, I just want to reiterate a special New Year's offer that I have right now. I'm calling it your 2014 Career Power Pack. It includes a 60-minute one-to-one consultation with me where I will drill and grill you on all of your past career experience to bring out the nuggets that you may not be adequately, sufficiently communicating in your cover letter and your resume. Then we're going to pour all of that into a customizable killer cover letter as well as an irresistible resume. And then as a bonus, I want to use that information to also help you optimize your LinkedIn profile, because these days, many employers are not waiting for you to respond to a job announcement. They're going to LinkedIn and they're looking for you. So you want to make sure that you're showing up on LinkedIn in the best way possible. Typically, the 60-minute one-to-one with me alone will cost $100 or up, but as a special New Year's offer, I will do the 2014 Career Power Pack for only $97, and this offer is good through December 20th. Thank you very much for your time. I hope that you have found value in this tutorial. If you want to contact me to take advantage of the New Year's offer or just to schedule a one-to-one, you can do so at info@joyfulcoaching.com. Again, I'm Tara Andrews, owner and CEO of Joyful Coaching, wishing you a wonderful weekend.